Yo.
No. Yeah.
What, you not feeling my energy?
I mean,
come on, man, pick it up.
All right, bet. I got it.
Why your eyes on?
You know,
You don't forget it.
You already know. I've been watching Friday.
No, you've been sipping from the cup.
What's in the cup again?
I don't know. Well, why yours so much stronger than mine?
We are back for another episode.
Yo, what we got going on this week, man?
It's a lot.
Like,
it's a lot.
Sports is kicking.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you know,
It's kicking up.
we had some really good takes from our last episode.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Stay Winning podcast, of course.
Yeah.
Last episode we talked specifically about the bottom teams for play-in.
Yep.
And we got a lot of them right.
Yeah.
Some surprises.
You call that Suns thing.
That was cool.
Suns getting number 6.
Yep. Pelicans dropped, and then they lose to LA, which LA gets the 7th spot,
which sucks because I like the Pelicans.
Yeah, and they're in a bad spot now because Zion hurts.
I knew the Lakers were going to get in. Well, we'll see what's up with Zion. I hope it's mine.
But boy, Golden State Warriors, man, they're done. They're cooked.
Oh well.
And we've been talking all year in some capacity about the Golden State Warriors, with Steph saying he was the greatest point guard of all time, and then me specifically letting y'all know that Klay Thompson was baked. Take him out the oven.
So every time he has a bad game, you're gonna come on here and say he's
every single time.
Where are you when he's dropping 27 or when he's leading the team and scoring and they're winning?
I'm asleep.
Well, he did that for the second half of the season a lot.
That's awesome.
And you zipped it.
I had nothing to say.
So don't come out your mouth now talking about old boy.
What has he done for them lately? Nothing. Matter of fact, he probably,
none of the Warriors did anything for them lately.
Listen,
you want to talk about somebody washed? Talk about Chris Paul.
Draymond Green is washed.
I don't know. I don't think so.
He definitely gonna fight his way out of the league.
Dude, we just talked about in the last episode, we talked about the Warriors hitting a bunch of threes.
And that got them right out of the playoffs.
Well, they hit a bunch of threes so they can be in the playoffs.
All right, so, that's, you know what? You did say something that was pretty cool. We ain't heard nothing from Chris Paul all year. Right. He was hurt for some of the season. But what happens with Chris Paul now?
You'll find another team.
Okay, cool. So that's what we're talking about, guys. Today, we are talking about the NBA playoffs.
Oh, I was going to say, we're not talking about Chris Paul.
We're not.
I just say you got in that many minutes.
Not that.
You got left on my phone playing.
Ran out of his mouth.
I'm about to say here, spend all this time on Chris Paul.
We talk about the NBA playoffs, the matchups that are set. There are still some matchups to be determined, but we're going to talk about the playoff seedings, where we think what matchup may be the best in the first round and how it's going to look.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing, right?
That's what we're doing.
So let's get it. Stay winning. Let's get it.
I stay winning. I'm winning, I'm winning. I stay winning. I did it, I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning, I'm winning. Never losing. I'm winning, I'm winning. Or caught slipping. I did it, I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning, I'm winning. I stay winning. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right. So boom. I think we both come to a full understanding that in the East, the chances of who's going to come out the East are highly likely that the Boston Celtics are the best team in the East. That doesn't mean they can't be beat.
Talking about, we ain't come to that understanding, but
that's a Knicks fan talking. I just want you to know that.
We ain't come to that. Look, the Celtics have been the best regular season team this season.
Okay.
Hands down.
Right.
They're the only team with 60-some wins.
All right.
So kudos to them.
Okay.
Y'all did it, Celtics. Y'all did what y'all always do. Y'all killed in the regular season. So in the postseason,
right?
Jason Tatum, he'll get buckets until the game's on the line.
Oh, you heard what he said.
Jaylen Brown, if he plays defense, they got a shot.
Yeah.
You don't usually play that great of defense in the postseason.
Right.
And everybody know that left hand is questionable. So he ain't a viable option in the clutch either.
Mm-hmm.
He might do some disappearance. I think he'll have 1 or 2 big games because he's got to. But it's really going to be about Derek White Drew Holiday, and that switch that they got between KP and Al Horford at the whatever position you want to say.
3, 4, wherever you want to play
4.
them. Yeah.
And Tatum. It's going to be about them, right? Like, Jaylen Brown is a good player, don't get me wrong. But we got to see how this team actually performs in the postseason with their newer guys, because their older guys have shown us more than once that they don't show up.
All right, cool. Not mad at what you're saying. So here's the question. What team in the East gives the Boston Celtics the most the most difficult challenge within this playoffs? What team is that?
I think there's a number of teams that can challenge them.
Okay.
Right? So luckily,
who can beat them 4 times?
I think there's a number of teams that can beat them 4 times.
Okay.
I'll start with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay.
I think the Cavaliers can beat them 4 times.
Okay.
The challenge, though, is, again, that backcourt that Boston got, probably top 3 defensive backcourt all time.
Easy.
I don't know. Like, they are great.
I don't know if they top 3 all time, but they in there.
No, man. They are tough.
I agree. They are.
So, you talk about a great defensive backcourt for Boston matching up against a great offensive backcourt
in Cleveland. Okay.
Right. So that's big.
Right.
Cavs also got length to mess with Al Horford and KP.
Right.
Between Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So they match up pretty well.
Okay.
What I think the Celtics probably have over the Cavs, other than the body of work this regular season, is the coaching. Right. Joe Mazzulla's out there. Great coach so far. But he also has a great coach to help him out, because Brad is still there, part of that organization.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that there's already been some some conversations and some mentoring and things like that have happened. So I think they'll be well prepared. But the Cavs can get them a run.
Okay.
The Orlando Magic is dangerous.
I think they're a very sneaky team. I think they're a year away from really pushing anybody deep into the postseason.
I could tell you one thing that won't happen. You saw how, we talked about this before, how the Celtics were able to blitz KD,
right,
and cause him a little
discomfort.
Discomfort.
Yeah.
Made him a little uncertain with the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think they had that same type of success with the young guy, Paolo.
Mm-hmm.
I think Paolo got too many guys around him. KD was missing his guys when he went through that.
Right.
Paolo got enough guys around him that he can get the ball out to. Plus, Paolo's not even the best offensive weapon they have, in my opinion.
Right.
He's up there. He's
1B. He's not 1A. He's 1B.
I think he's 1B for now.
Correct.
And I think Franz Wagner is still
1A. Right.
But that Orlando Magic team, they're young, they're well coached, and they play fantastic defense.
All right. So I'm going to throw a team out there right now. They're actually playing in the play-in tournament right now.
I know who you're talking about. Go on.
I believe the Philadelphia 76ers will cause the Boston Celtics a matchup problem.
Which one?
Embiid. I believe Embiid puts Porzingis in foul trouble. He puts Al Horford in foul trouble. You don't have a matchup for Joel Embiid, right? And that's what makes them dangerous, because they don't depend on perimeter players to generate the offense. They depend on a big guy to generate the offense. So it neutralizes the Drew Holidays and the Derrick Whites, because that's not their matchup, right? I think Tyrese Maxey will struggle.
Okay.
He's going to have a good series, but he's not going to have a great series, because you're just not going to have a great series against Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, and Derrick White.
He's one of the fastest guards, though.
He is.
Tyrese Maxey can go.
But here's the reason why I think he has a good series is because they have to honor the mismatch that Joel Embiid proposes.
Why? Let him get 50.
Well, yes, I agree. So you treat it that way. Like, you go ahead and get yours. We neutralize everybody else.
Let him get 50. The problem that you're going to have is if Tobias Harris
doesn't show up,
if Kelly Oubre, if either of them get 20, now you're in trouble.
Correct.
Because Maxey, I think he will find ways to get
I think he's just going to struggle from a percentage standpoint. We're going to get his shots.
Agree.
He's just going to struggle percentage-wise.
It's going to be hard. He'll keep moving.
Going to make it tough.
He'll keep moving.
Yeah.
But look, Embiid is a tough matchup for anybody.
Correct.
But when you got to do with Porzingis' length, if he just stand tall, let Embiid get 50.
Yeah.
Stand tall and make sure that you got a hand up.
Yeah, just make it tough shots.
He'll make them.
Yeah.
But let him get 50.
Yeah.
He just can't let anybody else get 20 of them.
The Philly team is a sneaky team because, and I think, my opinion, I also believe you believe, if they were healthy all year long, I don't think they're in the situation of being in the play-in. But they are, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? And now it depends. It's about matchups. I still believe Boston edges out everybody. I don't know if anybody can beat Boston in the East 4 times, whether it's the Bucks, the Cavs.
The Knicks can definitely beat them 4 times. But look, I'm not going to get on that because I'm a Knicks fan. But I want to get to, like, Philly, they got to win now. Like, right now, as we're recording, they're playing
the Miami Heat right now.
Right, for the 7th spot.
Correct.
In the playoffs. So if they win, they'll win the chance to play the Knicks.
Right.
And I might have mentioned this before. The first round, Philly gives me a little pause because they're healthy.
Right.
But Embiid doesn't stay healthy long.
That's very true.
Especially with the amount of contact you can expect in the playoffs.
Very true.
So
very true.
I don't wish injury on anybody.
Yeah.
But if they stay healthy,
and the data speaks for itself.
If they stay healthy, they will be every bit as dangerous.
Yeah, it's a dangerous team. So when it comes to the East in general, I think we're gonna have some pretty good matchups. I think I have to be honest, Philly and Miami could be dangerous for any of the teams, 1 through 3, 1 through 4, whoever it is. They could be dangerous. It's going to be tough to beat Boston 4 times, no matter what team is playing them.
I think the thing that's not a surprise, and this is another team that I think can match up with Boston. I don't know how well they can play them, but not a surprise is going to be the Pacers beating the Bucks in the first round.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
The Bucks are likely going to be Giannis. Lillard is a little banged up.
Yeah.
They still got good guys on that team. Like I expect to see Portis go off a little bit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's ready for it. He's built for the playoffs. You want to get physical?
Yeah.
Portis, he loves it.
Right.
Bring it. Right. So I think they'll play them as tough as they can.
Yeah.
This might be Doc Rivers' last
coaching
gig in the playoffs for a while.
Right.
But I think the Pacers probably going to be a little bit too much for them without Giannis.
Yeah.
So when you think about the idea that the Pacers can find themselves playing against the Celtics at some point in the playoffs, right? Now you got Halliburton in that backcourt. Who's in the backcourt with him right now? Who's his 2 guard?
I don't know.
Anyway, you got Halliburton back.
Yeah.
Right. He is not a ball dominant.
He's not a ball dominant.
He whips that ball around.
He moves it.
Get people going in spaces.
Yeah.
They got length with Miles. Yeah, they got my man Toppin, Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
And they also got Siakam.
Oh yeah,
Pascal Siakam. They brought him in.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's a match. They got some good. They got some good matchups. They're gonna be tough. Milwaukee in trouble.
They got some good matchups.
Milwaukee's in trouble with that matchup. I believe Milwaukee's in trouble with that matchup. That matchup potentially goes 6-7 games. I think that matchup goes 6-7 games
without Giannis.
Even without Giannis, I think the Bucks are a good enough team to win 2.
Okay.
At the very least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm a give that a 6 to 7, 7 game matchup.
I'm thinking without Giannis, man, y'all got to get it done in 5.
They better.
You get this team any type of
confident. Yeah, you're right. No, I agree. They got to run him out the building.
Yeah, because Lillard's played in the first round too. If he's healthy and he's playing, he's gonna.
If it's close,
Lillard's not thinking I got to give it up to the biggest superstar.
Yeah, okay. They already know what it is. It be Dame time for real. We running up right out of the playoffs.
Absolutely. That's why we tuned in.
Now the West.
Yeah.
Yo, we got massive. We got, in my opinion, 2 massive matchups in the West.
Which one you want to talk about first?
The first one, which is a rematch of the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
All right. The Denver Nuggets against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't think they get their get back. I still think I think the Lakers win 2 games this time, though. They ain't going to get swept. So I don't see them getting swept like they got swept last year. I think they went 2. I just think Denver's too much of a well-oiled machine. Their nucleus is set. They've done what they were supposed to do. They're in the great spot. They're gonna have home court advantage. And I just don't think that Anthony Davis is enough of a dog to really take the Joker to where he needs to take him for them to win this series.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Because here's what they need. This is why I think the Lakers have a great chance at winning this series. One, they have one arguably the arguable GOAT, and LeBron on their team, right? Even at his big age, he's putting up the same numbers he put up
when he was young. Yeah.
So the only thing that's happened is he's doing a little slower now.
Right.
But he can still do everything that he was doing before.
Right.
The big difference, I think, is they're going to put Rui on Joker.
Okay.
Rui 6'7", 6'8",
with the athleticism,
with the strength.
And the strength.
To push Joker back when Joker's trying to back him down and all of that stuff. So he has the athleticism. Now you got Davis weak side. Davis just got to worry about Aaron Gordon. If he can keep Aaron Gordon off the boards and use his height and length to exploit Aaron Gordon on the other side of the court, on the offensive side of the court, if he ever, if they can get Aaron Gordon to switch on him.
Right.
He got a great height difference there. He got like 2 or 3 inches on Aaron Gordon. He got a good jump shot.
Yeah.
If he just focus on getting going offensively, I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
Right? I wouldn't put him directly on Joker if I can avoid it.
Right.
Joker's big body is just a little bit too much.
Wears him down. Yeah, wears him down late in the game.
A little bit too much. But I'll keep Rui on him. And I think they got Vanderbilt or somebody like that who plays great perimeter defense,
right,
but may have to get a couple of turns at Joker when Joker's out on the perimeter. Right. So I think they'll be good there. The guard matchup is going to be tough. You're going to need D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves have to find ways to lock in defensively. Because that advantage goes to Denver.
Yeah.
Right. Defensively, KCP is going to be the best guard on the court.
Right.
Defensively. Former Laker.
Yeah.
Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, he plays hard.
He's going to be on the
He
court.
play hard.
He's going to try to lock down one of those guys. But then you got to worry about Jamal Murray.
Who going to give you buckets no matter what.
Right.
He's going to get his.
But you got to challenge him.
Yeah, you got to make him earn it on both sides.
They will actually probably put Vanderbilt on him, to be honest.
That's a tough matchup for him because the length.
And here's the thing that I think everybody's wondering, but nobody has really spoken about it much. Is Porter going to be distracted?
Very good question.
Because his brother just got banned.
Very good question.
For life.
Very good question.
From the NBA for gambling on games.
Very good question. Now, Michael Porter Jr. is one of those players that if he gives you a locked-in game, you can't beat the Denver Nuggets.
That dude is so long. You can't be so athletic.
You can't beat them.
You can't block his shot.
You can't beat them. If he's locked in,
yeah,
he giving you 18 to 22 to 24 points, and it's an efficient game.
Right.
With Joker, Murray. That's what I mean by a well-oiled machine. If he can be locked in,
right,
they beat the Lakers in 6.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it could potentially be a 7-game series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see. I got Denver winning. I don't know.
I'm gonna take my chances.
I got Denver winning
like the younger Porter, and I'm gonna say, no, I'm kidding. I don't want to joke like that. I'm gonna take my chances and say like
LA in 7.
I got the Lakers. Yeah, I'm gonna give Denver that much respect.
Good. I was hoping that you wasn't gonna do that. Yeah. I got Denver in 6. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron,
I'm gonna take the Lakers. They go to the finals.
I won't be surprised if LeBron has a turn of the clock couple games where he's 35, 14, 12 type triple doubles to keep them afloat, to match the Joker's numbers that he gonna put up.
Joker has been Mr. Triple Double all
season, so I wouldn't be surprised at that. But I got Denver winning in 6. It's gonna be a great series. That ain't the series that I'm worried about or happy about.
Okay.
Boy, that Dallas and Clippers series is gonna be fun to watch. First and foremost,
convince me first, because
you talking about 2 of the best one-on-one players in the NBA right now on the same team, right? And they look very different with the way they play. Mm-hmm. I think Luka wins the MVP this year. Do I think he deserves it? Not necessarily, but Kyrie has been having a wonderful year. But boy, the matchups that you got in that game, who's also the 12th Olympian, congratulations. Boy, if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard show up with Luka and Kyrie showing up, you got fireworks for 6 or 7 games. Okay? I think the Clippers are the one team that can give Denver a problem because they have the perimeter players, multiple perimeter players that can support neutralizing Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and because ain't nobody neutralizing the Joker. I don't think anybody can neutralize the Joker. But I got the Clippers being in Dallas in 7. Gonna be a great matchup.
That's tough. I don't know if I'm convinced though.
Okay.
One, I'm gonna start off by just saying Kawhi is not the same.
Okay, he older. We'll give you that.
Kawhi is not the same. He's a step slower. He is not the lockdown defender that he's been in the prime of his career. He's not that anymore, right? He's an efficient scorer, but remind me, what are the great playoff performances that you remember from Paul George's career?
So in his Indiana days, he gave Miami fits. So he got a couple big time performances as a pacer.
You won the series for them?
Never won a series against them, but he had some big time performances. You asked about what perform. He had some big time performances as a pacer in the playoffs.
What about post injury?
Was the post injury in OKC? Wasn't he in OKC after the post injury?
I believe so. Yeah.
He had some big time postseason matchups in OKC.
When
they played Portland, but they lost that series because Dame.
You talking about the
sent him home? Yes, sir. Sent him out of there. Dame did it, but he played great in that series. Okay. Right now, he struggled. This is when his struggle started to surface, and they started to talk about it in a big way when he got to the bubble.
No, they actually talked a little bit about him struggling when he was in Indiana, because remember he got mad at I forget the CJ Miles for taking the shot at the end of the game.
Yeah,
and it was an argument about Paul George needing the ball in his hand, yeah, clutch, and CJ Miles like, well, we couldn't get the ball to you, big dog, and I'm out there on the court too. I'm supposed to take a shot at
I get that. I get that, the dialogue in that, right? But here's my thing, right? There's a player on the Los Angeles Clippers that as soon as I bring his name up, your argument disappears.
Listen, we talk about Paul George right now.
I know. But
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I know.
What has he won?
No.
What has he won?
He ain't won squat.
Oh.
Diddly squat.
All right.
Okay?
But he's a great cheerleader.
He is. But as soon as that guy...
You talking about Russell Westbrook?
You already know we're talking about Russell Westbrook.
He ain't even a starter.
He ain't got to be. He on the team.
He playing Theo Pinson right now.
That's fine. Oh, clap it up.
Yeah, I mean...
But we know that when it comes to leadership, when it comes to really galvanizing the troop and getting them to play hard, Russell Westbrook is that guy.
Yeah, so the question becomes, if you have the Clippers playing their best basketball against the Dallas Mavericks playing
their best basketball, who wins? 7-game series. It's a pick'em. It's a pick'em series. That's why they 4-5. It's a pick'em series.
You think so?
Yes.
All right. Let me add another lens over this.
Okay.
And they're playing in the playoffs. Does that help?
For who? For who?
Well, it hurts the Clippers.
How? How does it hurt the Clippers? You just
sat here and told me Paul George ain't win nothing in the playoffs.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook ain't win nothing in the playoffs.
And neither has James Harden.
James Harden sometimes disappears in the playoffs. I give him credit because I think that sometimes it's been a little bit overplayed.
No worries.
Kawhi has won everything in the playoffs, and he's not himself anymore.
He's good enough.
You think so?
Yes.
You think this Kawhi is as good as the Toronto championship Kawhi?
No, okay. I wouldn't say that.
You think this Kawhi is as good as the San Antonio championship Kawhi?
No. I'm talking about a younger Kawhi.
So he's not the same Kawhi.
And nobody, James Harden ain't the same. Paul George ain't the same. Kawhi Leonard ain't the same. Kyrie Irving ain't the same. He's older. Okay? The only young dog in this series is Luka.
Hold up. I know Kyrie ain't the same. But if you put Kyrie in a situation like he was in at the Cavs before LeBron and came, he's going to give you 30.
Okay.
Because he can still do that.
I agree, right? But here's what I mean by that. This is
everything Kyrie has done throughout his career, like all the big games that he's played and all the stuff that he's done, he can still do that. I know he's not young, but he's still very capable.
So let's play this out.
Kawhi is not as capable anymore.
Let's play this out. Let's be fair.
I'm being very fair
to both parties, right? Kyrie Irving, and I love Kyrie Irving. I'm not trying to throw shade. Kyrie Irving was a part of that Brooklyn Nets team. They got swept against the Celtics that year. He was not hurt.
He was there that year? Oh, no. Yeah. The year that they got swept, he was there.
Correct.
But James Harden KD was hurt.
KD and Kyrie were both on that team. They both struggled against that Boston defense that year.
One of them got hurt.
James Harden wasn't the one there. Correct.
Oh, he was traded.
Yes.
Which one was it?
Traded or hurt, one or the other. He wasn't there. James Harden wasn't there. Right. So what I'm saying is this. Okay.
So they had the two guys and they blitzed.
They blitzed both of them.
KD.
Correct.
They blitzed KD.
You're going to have to pick one or the other because the one thing about Kyrie Irving.
One or the other what?
Meaning
Luka and Kyrie?
Yes. Now, Luka is going to get his.
Why are you making it about the Mavericks? I'm telling you why the Clippers ain't going to win.
No, I believe the Clippers are the better team, top to bottom. I think they're the deeper team. I think they have more of the proper pieces in place. It has always been. It's similar,
but they got guys that don't show up in the playoffs.
Yes, it's similar to the Phoenix Suns.
Do the Mavericks have guys that don't show up in the playoffs?
Luka always shows up in the playoffs, and Kyrie's history has been showing up in the playoffs. Correct. Right.
But it's not just them two, right? They still got Tim Hardaway Jr. on the perimeter. He's a great scorer.
He can be.
They got Derek Lively, who is the third best rookie in the league.
He has been. Correct.
Maybe fourth.
See, but it's like I get it. You're basing your stance that Kawhi Leonard isn't enough to get them where they need to be.
When Kawhi has won, they needed every bit of him to win.
But these are different teams.
Away, out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the Toronto team. It wasn't as deep as this Clippers team. And
they played against a Sixers team that may not be as good as this Mavericks team.
But here's what this is.
What's deep about a Clippers team that got guys that don't show up in the playoffs?
So look,
it's not deep.
Hey,
it ain't that deep.
They are deep. The Clippers are deep.
It ain't that deep.
But
they not that deep.
Here's the other factor that we ain't mentioned.
Okay.
Tyronn Lue.
You really want the Clippers? Jason Kidd is a heck of a coach too.
I agree.
How many coach of the year since Tyronn Lue got?
I don't know.
I don't think he has since Jason Kidd.
I don't know.
I think he got at least one.
But this is what I do know.
I think he does.
What I do know is this.
Don't know.
What I do know is if you had to pick between the two coaches, you're going to pick Ty Lue. Ty Lue's the better coach.
Why? Why would I pick Ty Lue?
Ty Lue got the ring.
As a coach?
Yes.
Or the Lakers?
No.
Who did he coach to a championship?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. The 3-1 comeback. He was that
coach the whole year? No, they got rid of that was the year they had the David dude start off as coach and they got rid of him. They replaced him mid-season. Right?
Either way, he's the coach that got the dub.
Sure. They replaced the coach that was already doing well.
He is, and I would say we would agree that Ty Lue is a top 4 coach in the NBA.
I don't agree with that. I hear Ty Lue get all of the props and credit and respect for being a great coach. So I do, listen and hear that from the players and agree with the players when they say that.
Yeah.
But from what he's showing on the court, no, I don't agree with that. I think I can easily name 4 of the coaches that are better than Ty Lue.
Okay.
You want me to name them?
I'm waiting.
Spo.
Okay.
Tibbs.
Debatable.
More coach of the years. So Tibbs.
He ain't won nothing.
He got a title. He was an assistant coach on one of these teams that got a title.
No.
He got a title.
That assistant coach don't count.
Got a title.
Go ahead with that. Yes.
So Tibbs. I said Spo already.
That Nick bias.
Nick Nurse is a better coach, and he got a title. And he coached the whole year when he got that title. I'm trying to think of who are the top teams right now. Denver's coach. Better coach than Ty Lue.
Right.
Mike Malone. Yeah, he's a better coach.
I'm not going to put Tibbs over Ty Lue. I get it. I get it.
When we done, look them up.
No worries.
When we're done, look up their credentials.
No worries.
Right? You don't have to give them that credit.
Who do you got winning the series? Dallas or Clippers? And how many games?
I got Dallas winning the series. I got Dallas winning the series in 6 games. Assuming Luka stays healthy. I actually think they could do it in 5. I think the Clippers are going to disappoint a lot of their fans. like those players have done in the past.
Okay.
And it's hard to shake that stigma until you do, right?
Okay.
Like James Harden has been one of those guys that disappears in the playoffs. Last year, he showed up for like game 4 and 5.
Yeah, he showed up for like 2 or 3 games.
And carried them, or 5 and 6 or something like that.
Yeah. And
carried them.
Yeah.
And in game 7, he
quit.
Maybe. That's a narrative that's out there. I don't know. But he didn't show up the same way. He didn't carry them the same way.
Right.
Therefore, he quit. Right.
Okay.
But, again, if you got a team that's that reliant just on, like, I think you just made the point about Kyrie and Luka being maybe the top 2 guys one-on-one.
Yeah.
I also think that that team is well coached and loaded enough that if one of those guys didn't play, they can still win.
Okay.
Now, if you missing both of them, you might have a problem.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
But I think they play good defense. I think they are smart with the ball. I do believe they're well coached. And I think that the biggest win for Jason Kidd and why he is a great coach, that's something that people should pay attention to,
right,
is that he's gotten Luka to buy into team basketball.
I agree with that.
Because Luka has been a fantastic stat stuffer by himself.
That's true too.
But he's been sacrificing and getting his team involved and winning.
Yeah, I agree. I got the Clippers in 7.
All right.
I got the Clippers in 7. I'm not betting against Kawhi Leonard.
Why are we talking about this matchup more than the Minnesota-Phoenix matchup? That's the question.
That's a great segue to that series, brother. I appreciate that. That's why it's called Stay Winning. Okay.
Why don't we talk about it?
Because I got Minnesota beating them at 5.
You only give Phoenix a chance to win 1?
Yep. I just think that there's no team chemistry. I'll be surprised if Phoenix can pull that up. I don't think they can beat Minnesota. I don't think they don't have enough team chemistry, enough of a nucleus playing together long enough to be able to stand together and beat a great, young, hungry, long Minnesota Timberwolves team.
How much does the health of Karl Anthony Towns matter?
A lot, though. It does. Now, my opinion, Anthony Edwards is the best player in the NBA. My opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like one.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
I believe, here's the thing though. Minnesota is one of those teams that will challenge Denver if they match up with Gobert, if Karl Anthony Towns is there, because they're big and they're long, and that affects the Joker totally different than smaller and athletic, right? Because the Joker is slow, but he's fundamentally sound. But if you slow and you got to deal with a big who can now challenge that shot, alter that shot, force you to make everything difficult, it slows the product, the production of the Joker down. A smaller guy, he just shoot over him. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little different, but if Karl Anthony Towns is not healthy and he's not available, then the Phoenix Suns could really push the Minnesota Timberwolves a few more games. I just am not, I'm a believer in team chemistry. I'm a believer in it being a well-oiled machine, and it ain't even got no oil in it. They might have just put oil in the doggone car before the doggone playoffs started. So no Bill half of the year.
Yeah.
Booker hurt some of the year. Yeah. I mean, KD's been consistent. Grayson Allen has been consistent. Yeah. But the names on the back of the jerseys says they should beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. But the culture, the chemistry is not there. Yeah. I don't think they last 6 games. I think they lose. I really do. I think Minnesota's a better team than the names on the back of the Phoenix Suns jerseys.
I don't disagree with most of what you said. I think you make really good arguments, and I could definitely see it going that way.
Yeah,
that's how you described it.
Man,
there's a couple of like just sort of nuanced things I'm gonna throw in
Yeah.
there. Minnesota Timberwolves might play better without Cat than with Cat, and here's why. With Cat, you have a potential all-star, and you got to feed him the ball.
Correct.
Without Cat, you have Naz Reid. Should be 6th man of the year. If he's not, this year, he'll probably
he's in the conversation.
He'll probably get it at some point.
Right.
Naz Reid is a guy I believe any other roster that didn't have like a Cat and a Gobert, starting,
Right.
he starts.
He's a start. Right.
And he can do everything.
Yeah.
Nas Reed, if you haven't watched him play, just know that there's a guy who could be an NBA All-Star coming off the bench from Minnesota.
Right.
He's that nice.
Nice.
Right? So you got Nas Reed, who, if you have him on the court instead of Cat, you're not worried about getting him the ball because he's not that guy. He's not
offensive minded like that.
Yeah, they don't necessarily have. I'm pretty sure they probably got some plays drawn up for Nas Reed, but you don't necessarily worry about like, is he getting enough touches? Right? And he gets a small amount of touches than Cat.
Right.
Which means you got more room for Ant-Man to go off. You got more room for Gobert to get some touches around the hoop, stuff like alley-oops, things like that. Right. So I think it might actually work better with Nas Reed out there instead.
Yeah.
The other thing is that Devin Booker Ant-Man matchup.
I mean, that's a great matchup.
It is. But would I put it, or would you, if you're coaching Suns, do you want Devin Booker chasing Ant-Man all game?
No.
So you're probably gonna put Josh Okogie or somebody like that on Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Who's a great defender. He's a solid defender. Okogie. He's
he play hard. Yeah, he's gonna play deep.
Bill is a solid defender too.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller for Ant-Man.
Right.
Whoever it is, Ant-Man's gonna get him buckets.
Absolutely.
Don't matter who it is.
Yeah.
But Book's gonna give him right back.
No, Book gonna get his. Book, KD gonna get theirs.
And so on any given night, Book can win a game for you by himself.
True.
KD can win a game for you by himself.
True.
Bill, not so much anymore. But you still got to worry about when you got these perimeter guys going, like everybody on that team can shoot from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So Gobert, as much of a shot blocker as he is,
he's neutralized.
Is he coming? Is he going to be in the paint when
Nurkic is out there
outside shooting threes?
Yeah.
Well, KD's outside shooting threes.
Here's the thing about this matchup, right? Based off of what you just said, which is a great take, a great observation. Can the Phoenix Suns be on to win 4 games?
They gotta find a way. And one thing I know is this is a player that has not faded in the playoffs, even though great defense has been able to neutralize him a little bit. KD,
he's that good. Yeah, he is.
Book has shown up in the playoffs.
Yes, he always plays like that.
Yeah.
So they have to be on they got to win 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Minnesota, didn't they come in hot one year in the playoffs and they lost in the first round?
Last year. I think it was last year. Yeah.
So we got to see if are they able to overcome that? Because it's too early to say like these guys don't show up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
we'll see.
It's not too early to say that about Cat. He does not show up in the playoffs.
Correct. That's just what it is.
Call it what it is.
Yeah. Sorry, Cat.
This is a different season for him.
You be meowing.
Maybe he'll be a little different. But history has said, don't count on Cat in the playoffs.
So look, that's what we got to talk about. What y'all think? What matchup are you most interested in? Me, I want the box office matchup. Dallas and Clippers. That's the box office matchup in my opinion.
I think the box office is Devin Booker against Ant-Man.
And that's definitely an individual.
I don't even care about the other players.
Yeah, don't care about them.
I don't even care about future Hall of Famer Kevin Durant.
Don't care about
whoever he's matched up.
Don't matter.
I don't care.
Book and Ant-Man, we want to see that.
I want to see those.
And you know they're gonna match up. They go, because you know Ant-Man is here.
If it's a close game late in that fourth quarter, tune in because they're gonna be guarding each other. They're gonna be trying to make sure the other guy don't win the game for them.
Hey man, listen, this is gonna be some fun. It's gonna be a fun first round. I believe it's gonna be a lot of good basketball
before we
in the first round.
Go ahead, man. I gotta ask you a question, man, real quick. I just want to put a little bit of a March Madness spin on NBA playoffs for a second.
Okay,
right. Which team? Because let me put it this way. Let me frame it this way. Last year, the Heat came out of nowhere and surprised people until they sat and realized, like, oh, this is a team that's coached by Spo, who I think is a top 2 coach in the NBA.
Right.
They got up 2 perennial defensive player of the years in Jimmy Butler and
when he wants to.
Yeah, and big man.
Bam Adebayo.
Thank you, Bam. Both of those guys can win defensive player of the year on any given year. Right. And then they had a bunch of good pieces that kind of fit in around.
Correct.
And they came out of nowhere and they shocked everybody, right? Like they went all the way to the finals last year.
Correct.
That's like an 8th seed or something like that.
They was a high seed. I don't know what number they were, but they were a very high seed.
Yeah, they They were
Very
they
high
were-
seed.
No, they were not a high. They were 8th seed. They were
Yeah.
8th seed coming in,
Low seed, excuse me.
and they knocked out the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They did.
Who was the number 1 seed last year?
I think they were, yes.
So, who can be the Miami Heat
Who's the Cinderella?
of this year? Right? Who's the Cinderella?
Yeah.
And are there any players whose stock can shoot up?
There are 2 teams, to be completely honest. I'm not going to be disrespectful at all. The Los Angeles Lakers, as a 7th seed, could run. Yeah. And the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I believe that the Lakers underachieved this year.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be in the position that they're in either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those 2 teams can be very dangerous. If they get hot and their nucleus is rolling, then they could be just about anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Lakers as a 7th seed, if Philly wins and they become the 7th seed, those 2 sevens could be an NBA Finals matchup, to be completely transparent. Yeah.
I like those picks. One, I think if the Sixers get rolling like that, Tyrese Maxey's stock shoots up.
Absolutely. Again.
Joel Embiid's stock can't go any higher.
Yeah.
But I think Maxey's stock can go way up.
Yeah.
If it's the Lakers, 2 players that can gain some notoriety that don't necessarily have it right now will be those 2 guards.
Oh, I think Austin Reeves will be the catalyst of that. I think if the Lakers really, really, really push the envelope and start and they upset the Denver Nuggets, I believe it's not because of Anthony Davis. It's not because of LeBron James. It's because Austin Reeves was the X factor in all of the games.
He got so much hip hop in his.
No, it's crazy because Russell can get hot, right? But if Russell's hot and Reeves is hot, now you got a problem because now you play into LeBron James' strength, which is delegating. Delegating.
Yeah.
And you're not stopping LeBron James from getting to the basket.
Yo, LeBron has 7 assists in the first quarter the other day.
If they're making shots, they're tough to beat.
His team had 15 points.
Correct. So, yeah.
His team had 15 points. He has 7 assists.
Yeah. That is the definition of feeding the teammate, and they believing in their shots and they knocking them down. So Lakers and the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, Austin Reeves definitely could be that Cinderella.
I got one other team that's still fighting to see if they actually make it into the playoffs, and that is the Pelicans. If the Pelicans can get high, if Zion is healthy and all of that, they can get high and go on a run. I think the players that the world will learn about is Dyson Daniels and Trey Murphy III.
So I think when it comes to the Pelicans, I want to shout out Raheem Winston for this. They need their closer. They need Brandon Ingram.
He's there.
And
he's playing.
If Zion and Ingram are there, not only are they a tough matchup, if the game is close, Brandon Ingram got ice water in his veins, and he's a tough matchup. He's, 6'10"?
Yeah.
Long.
Can handle it.
Yeah, and that mid-range, he's a sniper from that mid-range. So Raheem Winston, shout out with the Brandon Ingram as their closer. They need him. Zion's healthy. He's a matchup nightmare for everybody.
If Zion felt like he played the other night.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Yeah,
stop.
Problem.
I'm telling you, those other guys
make a big difference.
You're talking about long guys. Dyson Daniels is a guard. He's 6'7", something like that.
Yeah.
You know, Trey Murphy III, wing player.
Yeah.
6'8", 6'9", something like that. And they can both shoot it from the outside.
Yeah. They go get it.
Yeah. You can't leave them.
Hey,
anyway.
Stay winning in the building. NBA playoffs. We're excited. Big time matchups. We can't wait. Let us know what y'all think. StayWinning.tv. Don't forget, share with your friends and family. All the social media platforms. Find us Instagram, IG, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. StayWinning.tv. We here. We ain't going nowhere.